posting of that special episode review of the Avengers, some of you may be wondering, what do I think about the other episodes of the show? If you weren't wondering that, too bad, I'm doing it anyway. Now, I'm choosing the Emma Peel episodes for two reasons. One, this is when the show got really strange and bizarre, and I really got into it. And two, well, she was the first one I saw. This was the point when the show began to be shown in America, and thus onto Canadian television. So she's been my favorite of the companions. So here we go. A series of murders are committed, all extremely wealthy men who are complete dicks. The interesting thing is, the murders seem to be impossible, and clues lead to a mysterious pair of boots, a wacky inventor, and a comic book character. A mysterious blank spot in the radar screen protecting Britain leads to a hospital for injured railwaymen, a series of rather unusual grave sites, and a very unusual operating room. Going to a fancy dress party, Steve finds himself trapped on an island with 6 other highly trained and specialized individuals. But as they begin to die off one by one, it becomes clear one of them is a murderer. When a number of industrialists all vying for the same contract are killed in a brutal way, clues lead to a company that specializes in automation. Will the Avengers be able to stop the implacable force of the cybernauts? The cybernauts return, this time targeting scientists who are needed to perform a very special task: the utter destruction of John Steed and Mrs. Peel. When locals are drowned in the middle of a field, and a man begins writing letters to the London Times about the need to build an ark, the Avengers are called in, and find that there could indeed be cause to worry about a global flood. But is the cause godly, or more down to earth? A series of murders committed by high-voltage power lead the Avengers to investigate a supposedly cancelled government project, and the fact that maybe it isn't so cancelled after all. Several prominent men are apparently mauled to death by a savage tiger. But how do you hide a tiger in the middle of England? Investigation leads to Mr. Cheshire and his organization, Purr. A number of botanists and plant experts all drop what they're doing, literally, and go to a country estate, despite the fact that many of them actually hate the person running the estate. Is this part of some diabolical plan? Or is some otherworldly force controlling them for a sinister end? The sighting of a man who is supposed to be dead in a local cemetery leads the Avengers to investigate. Are ghosts going on? Or is there something a bit more sinister than walking corpses underneath the ground? Mrs. Peel gets a letter from her lawyer regarding a house that's been left to her by her uncle, Jack. She goes to investigate and finds the house is not only highly computerized, but is programmed with one purpose: to kill her. When a Russian agent buys the formula supposed to make people invisible from a wacky alchemist, the Avengers are called in to investigate. Has he created an army of unstoppable invisible spies? Or does he have a different agenda? A series of increasingly deadly pranks are being pulled at government functions and the like. The clues lead to what seems to be a perfectly harmless recreation of the old Hellfire Club, but there may be something a little more sinister going on than just playing dress-up. Government secrets are being leaked out, and there's 2 things in common. Each of the individuals had the same nanny, and they all seem to act as if they've returned to childhood. a number of individuals belonging to a private corporation planning to send a satellite to Venus are being murdered in bizarre ways. Is it aliens, or is it a more earthly cause? Do government agents use a machine to switch minds with Steve and Emma? Can they manage to convince people that they are who they say they are? And can they do it before the assassins wipe out the entire spy network? The assassination of a number of Soviet agents on British soil prompts Steed to team up with his counterpart. But can even this alliance deal with the menace of an army of specially trained Steed clones? When a number of high-profile criminals begin to disappear, the trail leads to an organization offering a very unique way to escape the law. A literal escape in time. So there you have it, my favorite Emma Peel episodes. I hope I've kept them relatively spoiler-free, and if you feel like it, by all means, check out the show. It's very, very good.